I know I have done a couple different chicken brine recipes. One, my dill pickle chicken, and I also, a while back, did a brine recipe. People keep asking about it, so we're going to talk about it again. Y'all, it's really, really easy, and it's the best way to get tasty chicken. So I've got just a whole chicken here, taking the giblets out. I'm not going to do anything with it, but that's it. So what you'll need is a container. When they say non-reactive container, they mean, a plastic container that's built for food. Like this one, I think is a Cambro brand. I have a couple different ones that I use for chickens and turkeys. These are just the two I use most that will fit. So that's the pretty easy part. So a basic brine is going to be 1 gallon of liquid, whether it's water, fruit juice. Don't use pineapple. You can add a little pineapple, but don't use pineapple. But a basic brine is 1 gallon of water, 1 cup of kosher salt, and then 1/2 cup of sugar. Whether that's white sugar, brown sugar, whatever it is that you like to use. Well, say you don't have kosher salt, or you buy the wrong kind like I did at the store, the regular iodized salt. If you're gonna use this, you're going to use like 1/2 cup of this kind of salt, table salt, what you normally have, versus kosher salt. Kosher salt's much more coarse, like little sand pebbles at the beach. So throw that over there. So make sure you don't confuse the two. Just basically cut it in half, y'all. That's the easiest thing to remember. So another thing, for your gallon of water, what I do is I take half of the water and get it very, very warm. And I add my salt and sugar to that and let it dissolve. Now, you don't want to put this on your chicken because you're boiling your chicken at that point. But once that's dissolved, you can put it in your non-reactive plastic dish that I showed you, like this. And then fill the rest of it with cold water. Because you want to make sure your brine's very, very cold before you put your chicken in. That's food safety, and also you don't want to cook your chicken, right? So this is a basic brine. Not very hard, is it? And that really will enhance the flavor of your chicken. Now, if you want to go a step further, which most people do after you do it the first time, you can add all kinds of different things. Celery flakes, parsley, rosemary, oregano, garlic, ginger, black pepper. You can use a little bit of your favorite rub. When I cook this chicken tomorrow, I'm going to use hen and fin smoky dust. I love this for chicken. Y'all, Smoky Boys Grilling, smoky dust, hen and fin. All this goes to charity. That's what I'm going to use on the chicken tomorrow. Sometimes I will substitute for my salt. It takes a lot of it, this whole container. But today we're going to do the basic brine. And then tomorrow I will rinse the chicken, dry it very well, season it inside out, under the wings, under the legs, everywhere with my hen and fin. And then I'll brush it lightly with some melted butter or some type of light oil. That's it. And then I'm just going to put it on. I think I'm going to use my Orion smoker tomorrow, my Orion grill. Maybe the egg. Hadn't got that for yet. We're just working on brine. Now you can't see down in here, but you can see it's clear now. Can you see a little bit? That means the sugar and salt has dissolved. Now you can use apple juice for that. It's very good with chicken, but I'm just doing the basic. And then I'm going to put it in my container and fill it with the cold water. And then I'll put my chicken in once the water's very chilled. One thing to be real careful of. Say you fill this container this far with liquid and then you put your chicken in. You're going to have an overflow, right? So make sure it's something that maybe you've put your chicken in, filled it up with water first to kind of see how much water is displaced. That would probably be a great idea. But I've made this several times, so I know exactly how much I need. But when I put, this is a little more than a gallon right here once you put the chicken in. So you'll have a little brine left over. Don't worry about that, y'all. But that's your simple brine. I hope that your chicken turns out as good as mine. But remember, it's very, very easy. 1 cup kosher salt, 1 gallon water, 1/2 cup sugar. Do the basic brine first, and once you've mastered that, which should only take you 1 time, you can move on to adding some different herbs and seasonings to your brining liquid. Now, whole chicken, I like to brine at least 6 hours, possibly overnight. Then I rinse it well and dry it. If you're using chicken parts, you can cut that brine in half or quarter, depending on how many pieces of chicken. You just want to make sure the chicken is covered with that brining liquid for a much shorter period of time. I usually brine chicken pieces, like an hour is usually enough. I wouldn't do it more than 2, but usually about an hour I will brine it, pull it out, dry it off, rinse it, dry it off while I get my grill heated up. Or my oven, you can do this same recipe. Might rain here tomorrow, who knows, I may change my mind and bake it in the oven. So thanks y'all, I hope yours turns out great. And be sure to send me pictures or write me at tina@tinacanningcooks.com. You can reach me on TikTok, you can reach me on Facebook, Instagram. Y'all, I'm so social media now, I'm learning how to use it. See y'all soon.